Hey, it's So from So's Real Thoughts. I have Kristen from Sales on Film, and we went to AFI Fest and we watched the new Coen Brothers film, Inside Llewyn Davis.
Yes, we did.
Yeah.
Inside Llewyn Davis, like you said, it's the new Coen Brothers film. It takes place inside the Greenwich Village folk music scene of 1961, as all blockbuster movies do nowadays. And it stars Oscar Isaac as Llewyn Davis, who is a folk singer whose partner has recently committed suicide, so now he's a solo act. And he is a misanthropic kind of guy, doesn't get the respect he thinks he deserves. Other acts are more popular than he is. He is eternally couch surfing on people's couches, including his exes, or, well, no, he's not his exes, but the woman who he recently got pregnant.
Yeah.
Played by, oh, help me out here.
Carey Mulligan.
Played by Carey Mulligan, and Carey Mulligan,
oh my God,
is married to Justin Timberlake, and they are a duo. Justin Timberlake doesn't know that her baby is potentially Llewyn Davis.
Sorry, spoiler alert, I guess.
No, I don't think it's a spoiler. Because it's in the trailer. It's in the trailer.
Yeah, that's true.
It's in the trailer. So, he's having kind of a quarter-life crisis.
Exactly.
Nothing's really going right with his music career, and it's winter and he doesn't have a winter coat.
What I thought was so interesting was there's not like there's no character arc. This is not like there isn't like a beginning, middle, end kind of story. It just takes place a week in his life. It feels like a week.
Yeah.
And we just get a glimpse into who Llewyn Davis is all about, and his day-to-day life struggles.
Yeah, which is basically find a place to sleep.
Yeah.
Look for the cat that he recently lost. He was couch surfing in somebody's apartment, and their cat got out. So now he's like going around New York City to try to find the cat, and he has to take the cat on the subway. It's all very humorous.
Yeah.
And he takes sort of a couple-day road trip to Chicago to this club to see if the club owner will let him play there. And that was probably my favorite part of the movie, the road trip to Chicago. Do you have any thoughts on that?
No, I thought it was all great. What I try to think of it as, we get a glimpse into his life, and while there's not like a character arc or like a huge struggle kind of story, it really showcases what kind of person he is, what he has to deal with, the people that he's surrounded by, as well as his music. I think I don't really like folk music, but I really enjoyed when he was singing, especially because it was technically live. They like filmed it live. That's what they said. Oscar Isaac came to talk before the film, and that's the little information he told us, which was very insightful. And I almost think like the Coen Brothers, it's comparable to, I feel, A Single Man, only because there wasn't a huge. It deals with a life crisis kind of moment, and it almost feels like they're at the cusp of a life-changing event, and yet they don't actually make it over the hill, it feels.
Yeah, I can see that comparison, and it's also kind of darkly comedic.
Yeah.
Like A Single Man, it's not real, there's not a lot of slapstick or anything. I think A Single Man is, probably a superior film in my estimation.
Yeah, true.
There is that sort of apocalyptic, global sort of scope in A Single Man that doesn't really come into play in Inside Llewyn Davis. But what else? Should we talk about the music? Personally,
we got a free soundtrack.
Yep, we got the soundtrack, so that was nice. I feel a little unsure about how to criticize the music, since I'm not an expert.
Yeah, me too.
I'm not an expert on folk music or any kind of music, so I wasn't really sure if his songs, which are all previously done, they're all folk standards, were supposed to be like very much superior to the other acts in the film, or whether he was supposed to be like a mid-level guy, or like, I'm not really qualified to. Despite
the fact that I'm not I don't listen to folk music, but just for the fact that it appealed to me on some level, and it made me feel like I was in in that environment, and I was kind of swept away by the music. I was like, okay, well, this is really nice. Obviously, I can't compare it to anything and say it's like the best thing I ever heard because I don't listen to folk music, but I think it does its job of complementing the film, showcasing his talent, because he does have some talent.
Yeah, I mean, Oscar Isaac is definitely a talented performer, and I think it's really like the portrait of a loser.
Yeah, it really is. You see the other actor, and you see how he's so optimistic, and you see Llewyn Davis he's not a bad person, but shit happens to him.
Shit happens to him, and he makes it worse by having sort of
a shitty attitude.
A shitty attitude, yeah. And he doesn't look on the bright side of life.
Yeah.
And you can tell that, well, I'm not going to spoil the ending, but at the ending there is a moment where you realize that Llewyn Davis's time is ended.
Oh, yeah.
And it's time for a new time in the folk music scene. And basically he's probably going to be lost to history, like a lot of folk artists were, like when rock and roll came to the fore by 63, 64. So it's kind of like, it's the portrait of a loser in a lot of different senses. He's a loser in love, he's a loser in life. It
sucks, but honestly, it's all about your attitude, and it showcases that because there's a contrasting character that kind of shows.
Yeah, I mean, there are a lot of different folk acts that are, and they're all considerably cheerier than Llewyn Davis. He's kind of dark. His features are dark. Yeah. Oscar Isaac has very dark hair, dark eyes, but it's also the way the movie is shot is very gray. It's wintry in New York. It's wintry in Chicago. Yeah. It's very kind of a depressed atmosphere. And that's basically what his character's all about. Yeah, okay, here's a question. Where would you, like, place this among other Coen Brothers movies? Like, would you say it's, like, a favorite of yours, or...?
I think I enjoy it because it's a Coen Brothers movie, and I love their characters that they kind of built, and I always love their humor. It's just... I wouldn't rank it so high, because I really like Raising Arizona, Fargo, A Single Man. So it might be like in the middle.
Yeah,
somewhere.
That's my estimation too. I've heard some people say it's like one of their best films. I really can't agree with that. I think it's somewhere in. I mean, all Coen Brothers films are good.
Yeah.
Except maybe Intolerable Cruelty. But this is definitely somewhere in the middle.
Yeah.
I think a large percentage of a person's enjoyment of the movie is going to come from whether or not they connect with the music.
Yeah, exactly.
And I feel like that's the limitation of a lot of movies about music, is that your mileage may vary depending on how much you connect to it, how much... So...
Because I enjoyed it. Yeah. I enjoyed it very much, but I feel like it doesn't cater to my taste in particular.
Yes, that's exactly. And for me, there are a lot of Coen Brothers movies that line up more directly with what I like personally, and
story-wise.
And there are a lot of Coen Brothers films where I think the filmmaking is just simply superior to this film. So I would place it somewhere in the middle of their filmography. Yeah.
But honestly, like, I think anybody will really enjoy it, especially with this soundtrack. So I think it comes out Christmas.
Oh, sounds about right, yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, definitely if you're a fan, it's worth watching. It's not like something you're gonna regret. It's very enjoyable, and great performances by everybody, especially Carey Mulligan, who I absolutely adore. The shit that comes out of her mouth is hilarious.
She plays a very angry
I loved
person.
It.
She's very angry.
But...
Which is kind of counter to her sweet on-screen persona. I don't think she has a single nice thing.
Maybe after Shame, they were just like, yo, Carrie, just go to like the far end.
Yeah, I don't think she has a single nice thing to say.
It's amazing. Oh, man. All right, well, definitely go see it when it comes out, and follow Kristen on salesonfilm.tumblr.com, and I will see you guys later.
Okay.
Bye.